Om Shri Sai Ram, offering my most humble pranams to Bhagavan's lotus feet. Dear brothers and sisters, Sai Ram, all of you. So something that Sai brother very clearly mentioned was this is just a time filler before Sonam sir comes here. So this is like an ad commercial, you could say, before the movie starts. So yeah, so this is exactly going to be that. I'm really not much of a speaker person, but there are since brother mentioned about harmonium and keyboard, something that is coming to top of my mind is we all as in fact I was sharing it with Yadavan and Andres yesterday. Something that as kids that we all overlook is the importance of practice. So every musician that we see or that we all hear, we all are amazed by how people play. We always we look up to people who do great music. And as a kid growing up, all my friends, I grew up in I'm from Chennai originally, and I grew up there. All my friends used to listen to Rajni songs, Kamal songs. And I was the one who, if people ask who is my favorite singer, I used to say Ravi Kumar sir. I used to say Sonam sir. So these people were my heroes growing up. And my entire phone used to have bhajans in the thing. And I did not have a single movie song. And even today, if you ask me, all the Prashanti Mandir bhajans from volume 1 to volume 10, I know the exact order of the bhajans. I know the shruti of all those songs. And so I remember, I remember as a kid, I was just playing and practicing through all of that. So how I originally came into music was, I think Swami, I was very lucky that from the beginning, Swami was always taking care of me with respect to music. So I was trained Carnatically in Carnatic music by a guru, T.K. Narayan. So he was a person, if you look at him, he used to have, he was exactly like Shridi Baba. He used to wear a torn vest, like a torn lungi. He had a long matted hair. He had 10 dogs at his house, like 20 cats. There was an eagle. There were parrots. It was a mechanic shop too. So that is where we used to go and learn music. And he was a person who never spoke about how long was the class supposed to be. He never spoke about, okay, so today class is between 6 to 7. I've never seen him talk about money. I've never seen him talk about how long the class is going to be. Even if we knock at his door at 12 o'clock at night, he would gladly take us in and he'll teach. There have been times when on Sunday mornings we used to go at 8 o'clock and the class used to go on till 2 or 3 in the afternoon. We wouldn't have had our breakfast, lunch, nothing. We all just used to listen. And I'm being very honest with you. He used to call me Jnana Sunyam. Like I was which means that the most dud fellow. He used to call me that music would not come to you, which was true. You heard me sing today. There was no way I could have been a professional singer. So that was the thing. But one thing that very early he taught us was music is not to show off. Music is not to perform. Music is the way to reach God. That was the thing. That was the seed he sowed into us very early. And because of being in contact with such a great guru, I felt that Swami from the very early age, he trained us, he trained me in a way indirectly such that I was always in touch with music. And yeah, as I already mentioned, I had all these bhajans on my playlist and I used to practice every single day. So everybody go to Swami school with certain thing. They want to get a degree. They want to finish their schooling. My only thing was I want to get into bhajan group. That was my aim from the day one. So I joined in 11th standard, then I went on to do my BSc. So when I joined in my 11th standard, from day one, people used to wake up at 5 o'clock, but I'm not a morning person, but just those 2 years in school, I used to wake up at 4 o'clock every morning, practice from 4 to 5, harmonium, and then go and play for Suprabhatam and start my day. That's how it was. I was very, very, very regular with the practice until in 12th standard, finally I got an opportunity to get into the bhajan group. I asked Swami, could I join bhajan group? Swami very graciously allowed me to play. And finally, I started playing for Prashanti Mandir bhajans. And it was a dream for me because I grew up listening to all these people, Sonam sir, Ravi Kumar sir. Finally, I get an opportunity to play for them. It is like, Indian cricket team, Virat Kohli grew up watching Sachin Tendulkar play, and one day he was his own teammate, right? It was such a feeling for me. And after, I would say, 2 or 3 weeks, or roughly about a month later, so it was evening time, so bhajans were going on. I was on the harmonium. Swami was outside the Kulwant hall. He was sitting right here in the front. And Ravi Kumar sir, my hero, the mic was with him. And it was his turn to sing. So since Swami was there, the bhajan, what he was supposed to sing, they told me in a very last minute. It was, Namami Brahma, Namami Vishnu. So I was supposed to play a beginning piece, give a shruti, so that he starts. So I started playing. I should have played, da-da-da-da-da, right? So I should have played. So what I should have played was? That's what I should have played for Ravi sir. But what I ended up playing was that I was so tensed. I was a 12th standard kid, and Swami was there. My hero was singing, and entire world is listening. So many eyes are on you, and it just feels that Swami is probably a 5'5" person physically, but when you see him closer, he looks like a lion. He looks a lot bigger. You feel that you are in front of a mountain, and I'm a guy who is 6 foot 1 inch tall. I feel like a small, tiny speck in front of him. And Swami is sitting right there, and you feel that, oh my God, Swami is sitting. His presence is very real. So all that I was extremely tensed, and this is what I ended up playing. So something like that I played, and Ravi Kumar sir ended up singing, Namami Brahma, Namami Vishnu. So, and since this bhajan already started, there was no way he could have changed it, and he went through the bhajan like that. Swami was there, Ravi Kumar sir, everybody looks forward for his bhajan, and I was responsible for glorify his bhajan more this way. So after the bhajans, we had a person called Shailesh sir, who is again my hero. Just to let you know, who is Shailesh sir's hero is Sonam sir, who is sitting right here. So you can imagine. So he's the grand master right here. So again, I know this is a little bit longer ad break. The movie is waiting, but just bear with me for a little bit. So after the bhajan, Shailesh sir comes up to me. He says, I think I made a mistake by taking you into bhajan group. So you need more practice, so you have to wait. I don't think you can play anymore. So just like the pin drop silence, how it is there in the room, it is an extended pin drop silence for me, which lasted for a week or so. So after a week's time, so throughout that week, what happened was, I was sitting on the last row of the bhajan group. I have absolutely no problem if I'm the last bencher in the class, but if I'm made to be a last bencher in the bhajan group, that pains, right? So I was made to sit on the very last row of the bhajan group, and I don't know if you guys remember, but there used to be a program called Burrakatha. Burrakatha is a program what three people perform. There's a singer, there's a narrator, and there's a person who accompanies the main singer. So it was a Burrakatha program. Typically for a Burrakatha program, what happens is that the harmonium is in the first row. On all other days, there are 3 rows of singers, and then the harmonium player sits. Just on the Burrakatha day, what happens is that the harmonium is in the first row, and then all the singers sit. Okay? So I'm telling you the story because there's a suspense unraveling here. So the Burrakatha program happened, it all got over. Whoever was supposed to play for the Burrakatha program, he played. And after the program, Swami called all of them to the stage. He gave them Pada Namaskar. And they were about to get back down to get back off the stage. And just when we were gonna do that, Swami said, no, don't go down, sit here. So Swami made all of them sit on the stage. Swami did not let them go back. And now the program is over. Bhajans have not started because Swami did not direct to do so. It's a pin drop silence. Swami is sitting, all of you, just like this, looking at Swami. And it was as if Swami was waiting for something, right? Swami is waiting. And then in the corner of my eye, I see Shailesh sir coming and sitting somewhere there. You know, like people who typically come a little bit later, they sit there. In the corner of my eyes, I see Shailesh sir just sitting there. It was as if Swami was waiting for him to come. And then Swami says, bhajans. So now here's the catch. The harmonium player, only other eligible harmonium player is on the stage. Swami locked him up, right? So now Swami said, bhajans. I was the only player there. And I'm not supposed to be playing. But since Swami said bhajans, he created such a situation where I was the only person available there. So everybody pushed me, go, 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 go. So then what happened, from the 10th or 12th row, 6 foot 1 inch body gets up. Entire Puttaparthi knows I got up, right? So I got up. I go all the way, sit in the first row, right in front of Swami, and Swami is watching me do this. And when I sit there, Swami gives the most beautiful smile. And he blesses it with both hands, and he says, Vainchu. And then that was the day we had songs like Allahu Akbar, which has harmonium pieces. Or Sri Raghavam, which again, there was not a flute player, so there was a piece there too. And brothers and sisters, after the bhajan, Shailesh sir comes up to me, he says, when Swami initially allowed you to play into the bhajan group, who am I to tell you, you can't play? And ever since then, by Swami's grace, Swami has always made sure that, here's the important part, right? I was very regular with the practice. And the day I joined bhajan group, I stopped it. I stopped waking up at 4, stopped practicing. After this, after Shailesh sir told me don't play, I got back into the practice again, right? Most often we think that getting something that Swami wants us to get is the destination. But it's not. It's a continuous practice that you need to keep doing every day, on day in and day out, right? So that's a very, very important lesson that Swami taught me at a very young age. And yeah, I was, since then, it's been wonderful. And I've played in several bhajans since then. And by Swami's grace, I've not made a single mistake in the bhajan since then on the mic. So that's something that I wanted to share with you all, since Sai, a brother, put me on spot. So this was something I could share. And end of commercial break. Yeah, so the bhajan that Swami asked was Allahu Akbar that day. And I'll just quickly play that for you. Okay. सिखाए वर सिखाए तुम हो।
यीशु पिता प्रभु लाहो शिरडी साई वर सिखाए तुम हो।
गुरु नानक जी तुम हो,
गुरु नानक जी तुम हो।
जो राष्ट्र महावीर तुम हो,
राष्ट्र महावीर तुम हो।
यीशु पिता प्रभु तुम हो,